Here we go. Get your favorite photograph of your Uncle Jason hauling the hay. That's your favorite hauling horse, too. The image is about 20 years old. You really do like this photograph. You want to do something with it. You want to print it. But we need to see if it actually is printable. You come up here to the word image. You go down to image size, and you freak out. Oh, man, 72? I can't print something at 72, and then you have an epiphany. I'll just change that number to 300. I want you to look at a couple of things. The number of pixels left to right are 2,912. The image in terms of size is 15.9 megabytes. You come down here, resample is on. You come down here and crank in the number 300 and watch what happens. You now have 12,000 pixels as opposed to those 2,900. And the image is 275 megabytes and it used to be 15.9. What have you done? In my opinion, absolutely nothing except make a bigger brick wall. You have added almost, or actually over, 250 megabytes to a 15 megabyte image of nothing. Remember the last segment, interpolation. Blank bricks are colored based on good information. All you've done is make the image bigger, not better. So we hold on the Alt key, Option on a Mac. We click the Cancel button, which is now reset, Alt-click, and we're back to where we were. Turn this off and watch what happens. I lose the ability to actually modify the image in terms of pixels. I can no longer add or subtract, which means the integrity of the image is solid, but I can change its size. You say, well, why? Do you really want to print it out at 40 inches? Weren't you maybe thinking about something like maybe an 8 by 10 or something like that? Watch this. Change that number, say to 10 inches. 10 by 6, 6.5, resolution 291. Say, well, that's fake information. No, it isn't. You had 2,912 pixels spread out over 40 inches. You're now taking those optical pixels and pushing them into a smaller printable area, which will jack up that resolution, and it will work. This trick, if you don't know it, is tremendously important with digital cameras. You've got a $6,000 20 megapixel camera. You take a photo with that thing and you open up image size, depending on how you've got the camera set up, and you see a resolution of 72. If you leave this on and change that number to 300, you've just ruined that image. What I tell my students, if it's an image that can be scanned, like a photograph, rescan it at a higher resolution. Don't change it here. If it's a digital image from a camera, you got a problem. You got to live with what you have. I hate to say that, but it's true. You have to live with what you have. If you have an older digital camera and you're constantly wanting larger images, but you can't get there because of the resolution of the camera, you're trying things like turning this on and changing that number. I hate to say this, but if you can afford it, get a better camera. Resample the image right here. That option is responsible for the ruining, in my opinion, of more images than I can count, because you don't think about it. You just come over here and you change the number. If you change that number, everything changes. And you're either adding or subtracting. Do I use it? Yeah, I use it quite a bit. When I'm downsampling, when I need to take an image that's that big and take it down to something that's for the internet, I will turn that on. But I try to avoid it if I've got digital images where I'm trying to put them to print, because 9 times out of 10, it is not going to work. Although I do have one trick I'm going to show you in the next segment that might help you out.